Cinerama on Phantom 105.2. I'm Gavin Burke. Now, the first time Ross McDonough and Ross McGuinness from RossVRoss.com were on the show, blood was spilled over which was the better movie, Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back, and that debate is still going on. But this time the two Rosses are instead hammering out over not over a movie, they're going to talk about something completely different. Everyone has their guilty pleasures, but what about guilty dislikes? Those movies we're supposed to love but don't. And Ross McGuinness, thanks for joining us for a start. What sacred cows do you have for the slaughter?
Thanks for having us, Gavin. Well, my sacred cows are, I'll run through them very quickly. Lost in Translation, $1 Million Baby, Sideways, Scarface, and a cutesy one, Happy Feet.
Now, Lost in Translation, now it's divided a lot of people. I like it.
It divided me. I was divided whether or not to stay and watch the end of it or leave during it. It's there's a few things I learned from Lost in Translation. The first one is that Scarlett Johansson cannot act.
Okay.
The second one is that trying to make fun of Japanese people not being able to speak English
that I found
is not funny
yeah.
at all. And the third thing, the big thing about Lost in Translation I don't like is that Bill Murray's character is so sleazy, such a sleazy character. If you took him out of that film and had anyone, if you think of the premise like an old man sleazing onto a young girl, and she leaves Giovanni Ribisi or thinks about leaving Giovanni Ribisi for Bill Murray, what woman in her right mind would do that?
I don't know what woman in her right mind would do that. Ross, are you a fan of Lost in Translation?
No, again, anything with Scarlett Johansson and I tend to avoid, Gav. That's just a rule.
We agree.
Okay.
For once.
$1 Million Baby, I have to agree with you on this one. It's nothing different this from Rocky, and apart from Swank, and the tacked on euthanasia thing just felt like it was applied with blue tack.
I think if $1 Million Baby was on TV3, it would have Robert Wagner or somebody in it in the afternoon. It's mush. It's Eastwood, Clint Eastwood, one of the great hack directors, I think, and I think he's upheld a bit more recently. But if you look back at films like The Rookie, he made The Rookie. Well, he shouldn't have got an Oscar for making a film with Charlie Sheen. You shouldn't be allowed to get an Oscar.
Yes, true, actually. Yeah. Sideways, I'm not a wine drinker, so I really didn't care. It's a cult movie we're supposed to like. I thought it was okay. It just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, it's a movie about middle-aged men moaning and whining and drinking wine as well about their problems, and I think that's why critics liked it. But for your average Joe in the street, I don't think it cuts the mustard.
Now, Scarface, it's a crime classic, I have to say.
It's ham. It's ham.
It's a powerhouse
shouting.
performance from. It did introduce, I have to say, the shouty Pacino that we've been suffering from since. But that's not to take away from that. It's a cracking performance.
I have a confession to make. When I was 16 or 17, like every 16 or 17-year-old had a Scarface poster. Everyone had one. But I think once you get puberty out of the way and you watch it again, you realise
it's certainly the guiltiest dislike. Anyway, I mean that is the one film in the world. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. I mean, it's very hard to admit you don't like it. You see it on Cribs all the time. Even every musician who has ever been on Cribs has Scarface on DVD, and they have to show it as well.
Now, Ross McDonough, you've a few strange ones, I have to admit.
Well, I don't think so. I just think they're all crap.
Go on.
Well, the list I've put together, Gav, I've got Heat, Dumb and Dumber, The Lost Boys, E.T., and of course Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
We covered Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
We did extensively. Let's not go back over it.
I can see where you're coming from with Ferris. I don't care about Dumb and Dumber enough to argue with you, to be honest.
I just think it's a bit plain. It's a bit obvious. Jim Carrey's just made so much better and funnier films, like The Mask, Ace Ventura, Me, Myself and Irene, like really, really good comedy films. And I just think Dumb and Dumber is just it's by the numbers.
I think if you don't like Dumb and Dumber, you don't have a soul.
Nah.
Basically, I think that's what you're saying.
No, if you don't like E.T., you don't have a soul. What is
you don't have a heart if
E.T.,
you don't like E.T.
E.T. just never got me. Like, I just was never interested in it. Like, I mean, again, Spielberg has done so much better films, and I just think E.T. is a bit gross. Like, he just kind of grosses me out. I don't really like looking at him. Just like kind of like a walking turd. I can't really feel heartfelt about it at all.
I'm actually finding this very. I'm personally insulted for some reason.
Well, I'm sorry,
It's not
Gav.
as good as Mac and Me, is it?
And,
Really?
well, there you go. Mac and Me outranks it.
But The Lost Boys, I don't know why it warrants this cult tag, to be honest. I don't get it. I've never liked it.
Well, I'm going to make a confession to you, Gav. It's on my list and I've never even watched the whole thing. I've tried. Now, I mean tried. I've sat down because I know it's such a good film, quotation marks. I've sat down 6-7 times and stuck it on and got 15 minutes in and then was like, oh, what's on TV? Turn this off. I just can't watch it. Like,
what's putting you off?
I don't know. It just, when you just bored. Like, you realise sort of 15 minutes into it, I haven't been following it, I'm not watching it, I'm just not interested, I just switch it over. Like, I just can't, for the life of me, cannot watch it.
You're a fan, Ross?
A very big fan. Lost Boys, part of my childhood, probably a bit before Ross McDonough's childhood. He's probably too young for it.
It's a
But
bit
yeah, it's a
dated
great
for me.
film.
Heat. Yeah, one of the coolest crime movies ever made.
No, I don't like Heat. I mean, I can't even remember anything about it. And again, I've sat through this a couple of times, telling myself, everybody says it's good, it must be. I mean, I don't know, the De Niro Pacino thing. Like, the only thing I remember about that scene, the big scene where they meet each other on screen, that there's a Heinz ketchup bottle in the foreground. That's all I can recall of it. Like, I couldn't tell you anything else about the film, really.
But I thought it was nice that, it was a real cool, slick cops and robbers movie, and for the first time we actually got to know the bad guys as well, as much as the good guys. And
I just got the sense of two boys were trying to outdo each other. You know what I mean? It was it was built up as their first on screen thing together. I thought they were trying to outact each other, and it was just a bit hammy, I thought.
We just got a text in from Tara in Carbra. She says, I hate E.T. too. Gross.
You're
there
right.
You go, Ross.
You're right,
Tara.
That's two people. Are there any more E.T. haters out there? I'd like to know. 51052 is the number. Ferris Bueller, we've covered it before, but
God, I hate Matthew Broderick. And then, I mean, what worse could you do but put Matthew Broderick in a film and then have him look at the camera and talk to you? Talk to me, like, how dare he talk? What's he looking at? I couldn't take it.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Check out rossvross.com. It is a really, really, really funny website.